The only way to find your real purpose, your real mission in life, your real what for, the thing that you got to go get after is you got to connect with God. You have to connect with Him, because as your creator, no one knows better what you were made for than your maker. It just make a lot of common sense, don't it? Really, people kill me with the lack of belief. Like all of this that we have today spun out from a cosmic ball of dust in the galaxy that cooled off and formed all these lakes and rivers and clouds and mountains and valleys and birds and animals and people from a cosmic speck of dust, and that they act like there's no connection to a higher calling or a higher reasoning. That's just, and they try to create, for those that do believe, this hocus pocus ritual, this magical, what is that? There's no scientific. I don't argue science. I think that science is very real. I think that science is very applicable. I think that science helps us learn so many things. But science ain't everything now. You might as well under that. There's some unexplainables that science can't wrap their mind around, so here they go with something else. And then you got the naysayers who use that, the non-believers who use that as the proof that there is no higher calling or higher being. And listen to me. I don't really into explaining all that away. If that's how you feel, then go on and get to feeling how you feeling with it. But let me explain something to you. I just don't see how. I don't see how, man. What is this conscious that eats away at you from time to time? Where does the moral barometer come from that exists in your life? What makes you know the difference between right and wrong? Did that come from that cosmic speck of dust that spun out of control and cooled this fiery hot ball down, and then these lakes and rivers and all the clouds and mountains got cool? Where did your conscience come from? Where does your need to cry out from? Where does the word Lord help me come from? Why, when you get in a dark place and you whisper Jesus, where did it come from? Huh? What is that? What is that if you're driving on the road and your car caroms off a cliff? The words that come out your mouth, where them come from? Oh Lord, help me. Where do these promises come from that we make? These deals we cut that we make with a higher power? Why when you're at your lowest moment, man, you turn somewhere? Okay, enough of that. I've explained my side of it. And as a matter of fact, God is really almost unexplainable to me. So really, for me to sit here and try to explain, I'm really not that good of a guy. You know what I mean? I'm not that person. So let me try to give you something real here. Okay. So we done just had that moment. I had to get that off my chest. I want to share something with you about when you strike out to find your mission, or how about when you strike out on your mission? Once you discover what your purpose is, or let's simplify it. What happens when you set a goal and you're ready to strike out on that goal? What happens when you set an ambition in front of you, or put something in your sights that you want to attain, that you want to become successful at? What's the mindset that you have to develop? There are three things. You must first ask, you must then believe, and you must then receive. Now the receive part, all these parts is got a thing to it. You just got to ask for it. You've heard the scripture before, you have not because you ask not. Why don't you ask? But then after you ask, here's the kick. You got to believe that it can happen for you. Stop looking at the success of other people and not thinking that same success can happen for you. And I'm not saying that specific way. I'm just saying a success can happen for you just like it can happen for somebody else. Why do you think it keeps happening to other people over and over? Because they ask and they believe. Now here's the cold part. Receive it. Uh-oh. What you mean receive it? I asked for it. I believe in it. Why would I not want to receive it? Act like it. Act like it's already there. Behave as though you have it in your hands. Smile about it. Realize that man, it's just days away. And how many other days that is? If it's days away, it's just days away. We don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, next week, in 30 days. We don't know if it's going to take a few years. But you got to receive it though. You got to ask, you got to believe, and you got to receive it. You got to act as though it's there. Now, there's another part now to this about work. You know, don't please, faith without works is dead. Don't think you're going to just ask for something, believe in, and then go sit down and start watching TV. Come on now, let's get real. Let's not leave out the other jewel. You got to work. But now, here's what I want you to know about when you strike out on that mission. That the journey that you strike out on to accomplish a goal or to set out on the mission, if you could understand this, it'll help you so much. The journey is a process. It's not an arrival date. It's a process. All you're looking to do, folks, is start the process. Get it started. Don't worry about the arrival date. Act like it's there. The arrival date is coming. But here is the beauty of the journey being a process. But all along the way of your journey, you will find success. The whole time you're in the process of finding your mission, fulfilling your mission, uncovering your dreams, reaching your goals, the beauty of it is all along the way, you're going to find success on so many levels. And people fail to look at that part. They keep thinking to themselves, man, I ain't there yet. It's like when you take a little kid on a long car trip and they're in the backseat. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Boy, if you just look out the window, see where we done been. Look out the window, look at the mountains, look at these trees, look at the views we got. No, we ain't there yet. But Lord have mercy, look at what he's showing us along the way. Smell the roses. Have yourself a cup of coffee. Chill every now and then and see what he's doing for you. Because the journey is a process. But man, know that in the process of arriving at your designated goal, dream, ambition, or mission, understand this. There are things that are going to happen to you along the way, man, that will be so gratifying and fulfilling, where the journey is joyful. There is joy in the journey. You don't have to be there to appreciate the ride. Appreciate the journey and the process. Stop getting mad because you ain't at the arrival date or your dreams ain't came true yet. Look up. You might discover, man, that you living better.